this bitch in the city. Nah, got you guys. It's them dudes talking NU Wisconsin pregame edition. Fuck, I am scatterbrained at this point. But before we get the ball rolling, before we get the shit talking, let's let our co-host introduce themselves. Who we got next to me here?
Yeah, Ron Rivera, off and on, but always repping.
Damn right. And as you guys seen, we're missing a box right now. We're missing a little family square or whatever because Bavakwa is out on IR right now. We plan on him returning off the IR list early next week.
We'll be back next week.
Right.
Or post-game, whatever it is.
Post-game, you better look for him. He coming in hot. So, Bev, get healthy, get well, and we'll see you here in a couple of days, buddy. But now that we got all that shit out of the way, let's fucking start talking about what the hell is about to happen for this game coming up. If you guys didn't know, we're heading out of the fucking state. We're going out of Nebraska. We're heading to what they would like to call Wisconsin, and we're about to go play these motherfucking, what are they, Badgers, right? Sure.
Yeah, fucking Badgers. Badgers? I don't even know.
I think Cornhuskers fuck with Badgers a whole bunch. So, you know, we should be able to, you know, get our asses kicked pretty easily. I'm giving away too many secrets for the end of the show. Anyway, what we're going to talk about right now is we're going to touch on who we believe is going to break out for the Skurs here. This game coming up. Primetime game, by the way. This game coming up. So, Rivera, who do you think?
NBC.
Damn right. Getting that real
We're
turkey. Fuck you, Peacock.
Place. Peacock, NBC, next week CBS, ABC.
Right. Doing
Fox.
big things.
I don't know about ABC, but I don't know. I hope we're both 5-5, so whoever wins is going to go to a bowl game. So
That is very
hopefully,
true.
just like I've been sticking to my motto earlier this year, we just got to not suck next to the other equally sucky teams.
Man.
That's all I got on that end. I don't even know what to expect. My hopes were high the past 2 weeks, but
So who do you think is going to break out?
Husker, what?
Who do you think is going to break out?
Break out? I don't even know. I know we discussed it earlier, but I can't even think about it anymore after what we just discussed. I think our defense is going to stick with our run defense. I know Wisconsin's had a number of on us numerous times, just breaking out or having their running backs have their career best games. So hopefully we can actually stop that and just shut that shit down. So hopefully our defense sticks with what we've been practicing. I wish our offense can do something and help the defense. Not shout out to Satterfield because who knows what he's going to try and run. But, yeah, hopefully our defense can keep us in the game.
Man, I'm having Madden nightmares. I don't know if you remember when we used to play Madden, Ron. There was always one running play in the goal line playbook that you could always run and know that you was going to get your first down or your touchdown or whatever the hell you needed, right?
The counter.
Right. Fucking Wisconsin got that play this week. They have the play in their playbook, multiple plays running-wise, that usually give our defensive coordinators fits. And I say fits because it's been multiple different defensive coordinating groups that cannot figure this shit out. It's pretty much just pulling guards. And you'll see this during the game. But it's like our fucking D linemen don't know how to deal with pulling guards. It's pretty much a false truth if you know anything about D-line. So I don't know. I hope our defenses, that was something that we worked on this week, was pretty much dealing with those pulling guards because, again, Wisconsin is not only going to pull those guards, they're going to pull those weak side tackles too to the run. It's not going to be pretty if you're not ready to crack down or if you're not ready to shed that block. So that's a weary pick, Rivera.
I know. All their linemen are like 6'9" or something, so
Right.
I don't know if that's what it is, but it always feels like they're always 3 inches taller than us.
No, they're always huge, 100%. And it's like I said, it's since I don't know if Sue played them. I think Sue was still in the Big Ten. That could be the only person I can see ever going good against a Wisconsin team like that. So, and if they can stop that run, passing isn't going to be a problem. Like I've always said, I think our DBs are D1. Definitely D1 NCAA corners, all of them on the field, from the White Mamba all the way up to the number one receiver, our DB guy, I forget his name. They're all NFL prospects in the making. So they'll be ready for Wisconsin's receivers. Again, their big thing is going to be, like I said, shedding blocks and getting to be in that tackle pile a little bit faster. So just as long as you can shed it and be able to move or maneuver around those pulling tackles and guards, shit, they might even pull their center on Nebraska. Fuck, only 2 people might be going the right way, or even worse, pull a tight end. You might see that motion to make the defense unbalanced as well. So I'm going to go the opposite side of the ball because he has been fighting all year to keep his momentum going as a freshman. And as soon as I say freshman, you should know who I'm talking about as it is. Emmett Johnson is going to be my breakout player. Dude is a phenom in the making. If Nebraska treats him right, maybe he'll stay here another year. That was one of the things that Matt Rule talked about was when Nebraska plays games, he wants recruits to say one of 2 things. That, ooh, I want to work with that guy, or ooh, I can make that better. When they see Emmett run, I feel like running backs say, ooh, I want to come take that guy's spot. Because if I go there and, I have a little bit more speed, a little bit more power, blah, 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 I can get on the field just as much or more than that guy. Because, again, he's only a freshman. So you got a whole bunch of sophomore, junior, senior running backs who do not get playing time for a whole bunch of teams that are good, a.k.a. Michigan, a.k.a. Ohio State, a.k.a. Florida State. Got a whole bunch of running backs. Maybe they might fight for extra year eligibility, but nonetheless, again, that's how influential Emmett Johnson is to me with this Nebraska running game, is that he's influencing kids to want to come here and be the next Amon Green, be the next whoever the fuck else was good at running back that didn't go to Central and play football here. So, as I'm repping for my boys, even though they suck this year, I got my grape crush on in this piece. Yeah, Emmett Johnson is going to be the shit this game. I think it's going to be a running game. Specifically, I think Wisconsin is going to have our number, but I think that's one card that we're going to pull is that Emmett is going to do his thing, and I think he's going to get 75 or more rushing yards guaranteed. So that's my breakout player pick. What do you think about that, Ron?
I mean, hopefully he can keep carrying the team. I know whoever starts at quarterback will help him with the option, but we need our backups to help him. But, yeah, Emmett's been killing it so far. I know he's still think he's a true freshman. I could be wrong, but he's been the reason we've been decently okay.
Run game-wise, absolutely. And, other than the breakout runs that Heinrich may have or Jeff may have had, you're right. He's been the most consistent, and then the other running back as well. He kind of dropped off, though, now. I don't know if he's injured. He was starting before Emmett, that guy.
Oh, Anthony Grant?
Yeah, Grant. Yep.
Yeah, they saw him fumble too many times. So they're like, sit down, buddy.
Yep, he trying to get that second.
And help out, but
he can. They could be 1 and 2.
They put Jeff Sims in and he fumbled, so why not put Grant back in?
Because running backs aren't supposed to fumble.
I feel like we should just go into every game knowing we're going to get at least 3 turnovers, so why not just keep going at it?
Man, that's actually...
It's like, okay, we're going to turn it over, but what are we going to do to make up for those turnovers?
That's one of the stats that I'm going to talk about is We cannot. We have to win the turnover battle. And if we lose the turnover battle, at this point you can't say that they're not going to turn it over. Okay, it's going to happen. We just can't lose that battle. That's the thing. If they get one, we got to go get one right back, maybe two, because they're going to knock a shit ton of clock off of the damn time off the clock. Yeah, it's not going to be something.
Because they're just going to run the whole time.
Right. Well, I'm not gonna say they're gonna run the whole time. They're just not gonna be in a rush to score against us because they know that we're not gonna be putting up numbers on the scoreboard as well. So they're not like, oh, we got to hurry up and put up 21 because Nebraska is gonna hurry up and put up 21. They're like, to be honest, we can score 13 points in this game and beat these dudes. So and literally that could take the whole game. I mean, look at Michigan State. They tailed us all the way to the end of the game, and then we just fucked up. So,
we almost pulled it off. But
right. Maryland as well. Same thing.
Here's a cool stat.
Just rocked us to sleep.
Here's a cool stat. You can get a ticket for less than an Abelardo's burrito.
Yay! $5. Abelardo may be getting his burrito this week then. I get a ticket and a burrito for him.
I'm going to switch my stats or whatever to Alvano.
Man.
Depending.
I mean, that's the negative stat. And then I got a positive one, which is going to be, I think our running game is going to be awesome. I think they learned their lesson last week with all the turnovers the quarterbacks did. And I think that they're going to be more inept to running the ball this week. And if we don't get first downs, if we don't get certain shit, I think they'll be okay with it. We'll see. But I think we're going to get at least 200 rushing yards of offense again this week for my, I guess, breakout stat. But go ahead. What were you going to say for yours?
I could fuck with that. I'm going to go with I'm sticking with our defense. So I got two stats. I got one. Now that Abelardo Alvano, I think he'll get 3 field goals this game, and we're going to get our rushing defense. I hate to say it, but I think we'll get the rushing yards under 100 for their offense. So Wisconsin will have under 100 yards rushing.
So you thinking we're going to change because I mean, by my prediction, we would get that on our end, and you're saying that we're going to stop it on their end. So we're going to be turning the tide.
So we'll be providing all the just like last week with Maryland. I think they ended up with 50 rushing yards. I don't know, but we ended up having 200. Was it 200 rushing yards? I don't even.
We've averaged 200 for the tail end of the year. Not the whole year, but the tail end. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're chopping up. You clicking. Hilarious. The guy's laptop blew up on live recording. Justin, fix your internet. Hilarious. Unplug the router. But no, I would hope that something like that could happen because what we're about to talk about next may put a damper in all of that shit. Is my no-shows. My no-shows are going to be the whole quarterback room. Oh, shit. What? The whole quarterback room? What does that entail, Mr. House? That includes Marcus Satterfield. That nigga might as well stay home. That includes Heinrich Haarberg or Heinrich Hell Hitler, whatever the fuck his name is. That nigga needs to stay home, too. He broke his fucking ankle. Jeff Assback. You already know. And Chuba.
Let's get perked some.
I mean, we haven't seen much, but again, his coach is just putting a cardboard cutout out there at this point. So, I don't see it going any better for him as well. So, yeah, that is why I'm saying we just got to win the turnover battle. It's not don't turn the ball over because one of them 3 niggas is definitely going to turn the ball over. Fuck it. Marcus Satterfield might just put on pads and go out there himself and just concede the ball to the fucking defense every time. Like, here, I concede this to you with the white flag wrapped around it or a tampon or some shit. Whatever the fuck he would use to do such a thing. But That's what I'm thinking is that it's not going to be a very pretty day on offense other than the run game. And how far can you really get with the run game when the defense know that's what you're going to do? So you can have 200 yards rushing and not score any touchdowns, I believe. Guaranteed on that shit. We've done it before. So that's what I'm feeling like because our quarterbacks are just, we need to go to the transfer portal again. We got to get 3 more in here that know what they doing actually and that can override dumbass coaches like Marcus Satterfield because more than likely he's not going to be fired.
Never know. We'll see what happens with all that shit. But I'm a Steelers fan, so shitty offenses is something I'm just used to watching.
You are blind to the eye to it, right?
I'm just like, I don't know, we keep winning. Well, Pittsburgh, they keep winning, but they're like the worst 6-3 team, they keep saying. So who knows what's going to happen there. But
unfortunately, we're not a 6-3 team.
30. Oh, yeah, we're 5-5.
Right.
Hopefully they play Purdy. That's my Ron Sider prediction. We get Purdy starting.
He's a what?
What?
He's a what? A freshman, too?
He's a senior, I thought. Or a junior. Let me check.
Get the F out of here.
This guy's old.
If he's not playing, this isn't going to go good.
He's a sophomore, my bad.
Oh, okay. No, okay. Then that makes sense.
He's a redshirt sophomore.
Oh, okay. That makes even more sense. So he's a junior in school, but on the football field, he's been injured probably and stuff like that. Okay. That makes sense. So he's got some time. He could take one of them 2 nigga spots, Jeff or Heinrich.
He went to Florida State, remember? And then he transferred.
Who, Jeff did?
The State. Chuba.
He didn't go to Georgia.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. He's a sophomore, but he's played 4 years. Okay, I knew he was a senior, so he's technically a senior, but because of COVID, you get that extra year. So he's like a triple redshirt sophomore. Disturbing. Or double.
He's played all his time at Nebraska, or did he come from another school?
Florida State. He's played one
okay.
year. 2020, he played. It looked like he got benched over that Travis dude playing now.
Travis Jordan?
Yeah, and then he came here last year.
Well, I'll put it to you like this. If he's been benched before, nigga, it's inept to happen again. Ha!
Yeah, why not start him and then let him get benched?
Right. Might as well keep the streak going. Shit.
I mean, he threw 1 pick, and that was like, it should have been a touchdown, but I trust him throwing more than the others.
He's the only one that's got an NFL pipeline.
He reminds me of a young Zach Lee, just throwing it out there, air raid.
And, thinking back on those older offenses with him, who the fuck is Zach Taylor, all those quarterbacks where you just be like, remember when the fans used to be mad because they would throw it out of bounds or they would throw it over the receiver, but it was always throwing because we had, I forget dudes' names, but we had some Niles Paul, people like that and shit, and the passing game worked for us when it needed to, and we didn't really have a run game because we couldn't find a legit, healthy running back. I don't see that coming anytime soon. I'll put it to you like that. We have receivers. From what I've seen, we have a crap ton of receivers. He was not lying about that when he said that early in the year. He being Matt Rule, he said that they had a whole bunch of skill players that they're just, getting back healthy, coming back from the transfer portal, getting the playbook, the school, the area, stuff like that. And so he's just giving them time to get acclimated to the area and shit. And that's why he's starting to work in Fleeks and other people who you see now is because they're coming back from injuries from the summer or they're, again, showing progress and practice enough to go out there and run that one play that they may be doing good with. So that's the good thing. But the bad thing is the people delivering the ball to the receivers fucking suck. So it's kind of like you're in between a rock and a hard place because it's like we have to get the ball into these receivers' hands. All of them, from McCole or Coleman, whatever the fuck his name is, all the way to Fleeks. We have to get the ball to their hands, but there's only a certain level of passing we can do with these quarterbacks to do that. You can't blow the top off of the playbook with these guys. You got to keep it simple. And then you're only going to get so many attempts to do it before they just start chucking the shit up there and throwing picks like we seen last year, or last game. So that's, again, rocking a hard place for Vera in the sense, yeah, that's just going to be tough to overcome.
Just going back to your quarterback, did you mean Sam Keller or Joe Gans or no?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They weren't crazy athletic like Heinrich is and Chuba and Sims.
Vision-wise.
Right. They weren't athletically gifted, but mind-wise, they were definitely gifted. They didn't make mistakes like that. Like against good teams, yes, they did make a shit ton of mistakes. But against teams that we should have beat, they didn't make that many mistakes for Nebraska. Usually it was just because we had very conservative play calling for Nebraska is why we used to lose in the past and stuff. So, I mean, and then once we got, Taylor Martinez and shit like that, the buck really changed at that point. So, totally different quarterbacks we started recruiting, and now we're trying to recruit kind of the same but different quarterbacks. Like, we want like a Lamar Jackson, but we don't know what it looks like.
Lamar Jackson system.
Right, exactly. I don't think that they all are bad. Like I said, I think it's Marcus Satterfield. We talked about that last week. I don't think any of these quarterbacks are not able to do the right thing. I just think the person who's coaching them is not coaching them and putting them in position to do the right thing. So,
yeah. He's been Matt Rule's right-hand man for 7 years, as we saw last week.
Well, shit. I sent you that article. He was a horrible coach at Tennessee Tech, and that was supposed to be his.
I just saw he got fired.
Right. He was horrible. And the only reason he got that job, not because the previous coach got fired, but because the previous coach retired. And that was kind of the previous coach's pick to a point. Was, give this guy a shot. Bullshit, white supremacy shit. I don't know if the other coach is white. That's just me talking because Marcus Satterfield is white. My point being is that he didn't get a chance because he was a good coach. He got a chance because he was a kiss ass to a point. So, again, I don't see him changing anything or doing anything different to make, I guess, these guys play different, play better, play more elusively. It's not going to happen.
Right.
It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough game. And we're going to get into some of the things that Nebraska has to change immediately if they want to go into this game and do the things that they want to do. So we'll get into that here. We've got a commercial break here. You guys are going to see some ass and titties real quick.